IG against KEV game number 1. I'm going to be excited about this one. This feels like one of those very fun series to watch.
Yeah, I can hear the excitement in your voice.
Hey, you know, you don't start at 10. I get yelled at for doing that. Not everything can be so hype immediately. We gotta
slowly build it up.
Yeah, there's got to be a build up. There's a story, a rising action. I don't know if you learned. I think it was story building. But there's the climax, and then I don't know what's after that. But you know, you got to build the story. The story right now is these drafts. Game 1 of this BO3 series. In the penultimate day, elimination series for IG and KEV. KEV, by the way, the one mind, the hive mind of KEV. I'm still sticking with that. As they smoke up on the side of IG. No fights just yet. It's not looking like we're going to see any big engagements just yet. Laning-wise, I think that this offlane for IG could play pretty aggressive come level 3. 2 levels in the double edge, having the Bramble Maze down available for you. We've seen how much that can do, and against Crystal Maiden or the Venge, it seems dangerous.
It really does. Venge needs to be careful. I don't think they're going to be killing off Gyro. Gyro, like half range, half melee hero. Oop. Bit of a pause at the start to get it out of the system. Bit of a Kale.
My favorite
Gotta say
Kale.
it. Gotta say it. If it's on the screen.
You gotta say it. Kale. So, Centaur. He's got the belt, by the way. The belt I was telling you about. The Grax's strap.
I don't remember you telling me about the belt. Oh, it was yesterday. Yeah.
It was literally yesterday.
No, because we went through some of the cosmetics, and yeah, it's a pretty buffed Centaur.
I like the Grax's strap, the belt piece. By the way, speaking of us going through cosmetics, Lacoste is just like, should I get this sword art piece? I don't know. I own no cosmetics. How do you not own cosmetics? You've been playing this game since, like, 1946.
I've been focused on the gameplay, okay? I focus on the important stuff. Visuals don't matter to me as much. You're like, yeah, my Centaur looks jacked. It's a $1,500 worth of a belt, but yeah, I have 11% win rate on the hero because I'm reading the new cosmetics that came out instead of the patch notes.
Some of them have lore. I will say they have lore.
It is cool. It is definitely cool. It is a bit of a undiscovered world for me, especially with the comics. I also didn't know that comics in Dota existed.
Yeah, they're
for
cool.
such a long time. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
The art is beautiful on them. You should read them. I think you'd like them.
Yeah,
you're very big in the reading.
Yeah, that's why I'm so smart. Big brained. Reading the patch notes, reading comic books.
This guy can't lose intelligence.
Memes.
Yeah. The percentage is probably what? 80% memes, 10% reading, 10%
I don't know if
patch
anybody
notes.
ever said reading memes. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm really good at
reading
the
memes?
text. Yeah. Can we have X, Mom? We have X at home. Like, yeah, very good. Red Panda's gonna drop bottom. I baited our observer talking about the memes, and this is also a strong lane. Penitence, movement slow. You get bonus attack speed from Weaver, which is, I was still going to say it, the strongest level 2 hero in the game in terms of getting the kills done in the lane. Because you have Gemini attack as your innate ability, and then Shikuchi, you get the Swarm, so extra minus armor, overtime damage, and also ability to slow people with Shikuchi with Skeeter Step.
I have to ask, before there's another kill, what would be an example of reading a meme?
There are some complicated memes out there. that has like a wall of text and basically it says nothing. These are the ones that I hate the most. It needs to be simple. Like you glance on the meme and you know exactly what it is. It's like you need half a second to figure it out.
Oh, man. What a day to learn that you can read memes. Hopefully that turns into a job for me sooner or later. What do you do for the company? I read memes. Magic missile onto GT, but nothing doing. Top, sorry to bait the observer. He literally took 0 damage. Sorry about that. But they put them under tower. There was some pressure, I swear. We've talked about Centaur not really having the most armor. For a hero so buff and burly, to have 3 armor feels not real. He's literally wearing a huge set of armor on him.
Benjamin, and these are cosmetics. It doesn't mean if you have a golden belt that it gives you more armor. It's like, yeah, I have this expensive armor, I can't die.
Oh, nothing to say?
Physical damage, nothing to say. That's a big kill.
Oh boy, yeah.
They can get it.
Yeah, he's tanking up quite a bit, but they've got the frostbite. They get the kill and nothing to say. They'll end up trading butterfly effect. Undyne looking like he'll also get killed by Bobica. X-Nova fighting Red Panda. Bobica coming over. He's got 9 stick charges. Pendant's put on a Red Panda. This looks like it should be a triple kill for Bobica, and will be.
Okay, Bobica, time to queue up Hand of Midas right now. Bobica, let's see the camera. Is he smiling? Yeah, no response whatsoever. He's just, just another day in the office for my Dark Willow. I said 6 minutes in that there's going to be a lot of rotations, a lot of focus to play around the Storm Spirit, but they brought in the numbers. 6 heroes mid, 4 minutes into the game.
Well, a lot of heroes. It's the party over
Bramble
mid we've
connected
seen previously, and well, Monet, he's gonna die here to the Night Stalker while the chase is on for Butterfly Effect again. And they're trying to get this kill. They've got the Curse
just
Crown,
got level 4.
And they got him.
He was so close. He was inside the XP range for the creep wave, which was underneath the tower. Got him level 4, and they chased him down with the Curse Crown. So going for Urn of Shadows. Anything, because he has such a great start, so he wants to turn that gold that he got early on into something. Urn of Shadows, not like the most popular Dark Willow item, but if you can get it early on, it does feel good.
It's very reserved, considering in the past, me and you have seen Bobica go all out on core items before.
I think in this one, even though it is a position 4 that can really scale into the late game if you go for Shadow Realm, but that build nowadays feels a little bit of lackluster compared to Curse Crown build.
Not as amazing, especially with the Thorny Thicket, right? Having the extra brambles, wanting to focus on that. I could have agreed, say, maybe the Midas, because then you get shard pretty quickly. I don't know. I like it. You know,
I was being sarcastic.
Reinvest in your future. I'm never being sarcastic.
Gotta read the room when I'm being sarcastic.
Okay, I can confirm.
Another jump, nothing to say, level 6.
Red Panda in some trouble. Astral Step, that'll be a kill for X-Nova. Butterfly Effect, maybe even thinking about turning this around with Undyne, who has a stun ready to throw. But just over nothing to say, doing nothing.
Bringing Ghost. That's not RNG Ghost, and bringing also Harpy Stormcrafter. I missed the time when the other Harpy was meta. When you had ability to...
God, that seems and sounds very broken. I'll be honest. Astral Step, Butterfly Effect's not level 6 still. Is he just deading it? Oh, uphill miss on the Shadow Realm strike. Astral Step once more. Curse Crown. They get the kill on a Butterfly Effect. Frostbite under the tower. The Magic Missile. Nothing to say. Trying to survive. Fairy Fire, but nope. Won't be able to get it out as Resonant Impulse was on cooldown for another 2 seconds. So Frostbite into the Shadow Realm, forced to try and run away from Red Panda. Crystal Nova in a Bramble Maze. Bobica still moving forward and will die because he turns around. But Monet is here now, and they've got the Stampede. They'll get this kill on a Red Panda. They'll look over at Undyne for a second, but with a TP in from Butterfly Effect, they'll back away. So, don't want to go in too quickly. And things will be pretty even for the moment for IG. 1,000 net worth lead overall. And truthfully, nothing to say, looking like he's in a great spot. Butterfly Effect still looking for that level 6. He's still just short of it by about 80 experience. So, Shubiao, I probably pronounced that horribly, and I apologize immediately for saying it wrong. I usually pride myself in my pronunciations, but, you know, it's all okay at the moment. Bottom lane, we were taking a look here over onto the Night Stalker, and it felt like Night Stalker, he got that solo kill on, or not a solo kill, but he got that kill on Monet, and Shanxi, he's doing all right. 42-6. Monet having a decent game, came over and got a kill, but they've got a decent look with this Night Stalker, and I wonder what he's going to do come the next nighttime.
Yeah, managed to get a lot of stuff done in the early stages of the game. You want to get at least like 1 kill. And looking at his item build and a quick buy, he wants to go for scaling. There are multiple routes you can go for. With your Night Stalker, you can, get Phylactery, Bracer, Double Bracer always feels nice early on so that you can put the pressure during the first nighttime. And also having Dark Ascension available, which means that you're going to have even more pressure. If you rotate one more hero to the bottom lane, you could score another kill on Monet.
They'll bring the Crystal Maiden over. Maybe try to go for this. It's 2,000 net worth lead. TP's available on the Centaur as well as the Chen. There's no Stampede. They've got the Silence, the Frostbite, the Ishikuchi to start, but there's the Dark Ascension. They're trying to get this kill. Can they get this Weaver out? No, they can't. They're still just level 5 on X Nova, so they don't have Hand of God. And like you said, just bring somebody over and go for it. And they do.
That's a 3-second silence during daytime, and then he refreshes the silence with the Dark Ascension. Such an underrated thing to do on Night Stalker. And then you have 4.5-second duration silence. So almost 8 seconds of silence if you're not overlapping. Let's call it 7, because you want to use it immediately after so that he can't use Shikuchi. So a lot of lockdown for this Weaver, something that the hero does not like to play into.
Ooh, Gyro Ulu. They are under his nose, and he has no idea. Not willing to make the jump, though. Nothing to say, was just staring at him while invis, and I'm a little surprised that he didn't want to go for this Gyro. Maybe he couldn't get everybody else there. They wanted to take the tier 1 tower and not risk it, but a touch surprising, that's for sure.
Focusing on the tower, 3 bracers, Centaur, into Blade Mail. This is pretty standard with the horsepower, no need to go for the boots. Of course, you are getting movement speed from your strength, and things are looking good. Even with those 2 deaths, Monet still on top of the network. They completely ruined Storm Spirit. Butterfly Effect, not really having a game on this Storm. And things are not going to be easier, nothing to say. He is rushing the Aghanim Scepter. That's why they kind of picked the hero, so they can ruin both of the supports and also pressure the Storm early on. Ulu trying to make something happen on a Centaur. JT not too happy that he got broken there by a creep. His retaliate did not work.
Yeah, that 45 return damage, that strength return damage, not working. Like you were saying, the Ags first for nothing to say. Trying to get that upgrade to the Resonant Pulse. It's a 2-second silence, which isn't nothing. Especially in a game like this, if you can find yourself a break off of what Night Stalker's throwing your way, you could be in a pretty solid spot to get away. Freezing Field is used, Stampede comes out, and running away from the call down like an action star is Bobica. Just the straight call down, the 3 shots, not one of them landing out of the Dark Willow. And Bobica surviving both the Freezing Field and the call down combo.
About to crack level 6. Even though he got a triple kill, he is still level 5, 11 minutes into the game. Like some of these early kills, it feels like, oh, I'm doing so hot, but you're also building up a streak. Let's say he gets 2 more kills. He is going to be the target. You want to get that extra gold from him. And now he finally gets that level 6, so he can play off his Void Spirit with Bedlam. or he can pair up with the Centaur. And I think most of the heroes are gonna die from 100 to 0, unless it's a Night Stalker. Everything else is burstable. Ether Remnant Pool, Bramble Maze, Bedlam, and then maybe your Terrorize afterwards. Mid lane is gonna drop. They right now don't have anything to deal with the Chen creeps. No AoE whatsoever, unless they want to bring Gyro, but Ulu for now wants to continue farming. Gyrocopter, like, he can be involved in some of these early engagements because he's building into these smaller items, you know, getting Falcon Blade, getting Crystallis. Oh, Shield Rune.
Throwing an Aether Remnant down. Shield Rune. And nothing to say, needing to leave. Only 100 left on that shield.
Not the biggest shield early on, but still gave IG like discussion whether they want to go in or whether they want to wait up out a bit, see what's going to happen. Illusion Rune, nothing to say, gets out of that Frostbite. Such a cool upgrade ever since we added that to the Illusion Rune, because that was the shittiest rune for such a long time.
Right.
Didn't do anything. People were destroying. I mean, in pubs, in competitive Dota, you can always do something, scout things out, stack some of the camps, but yeah, great quality improvement for Illusion Rune.
Is there any rune you feel that's too weak now?
Illusion Rune is still, like, even with that, it's situational. Let's say there's an Orchid or something that you are really afraid of, can make a lot of difference. Invis Rune feels a little lackluster compared to Amplified Damage, of course, and Regeneration on certain heroes. Arcana Rune as well. Invis Rune now gives you like the old shard from Bounty Hunter where you're receiving less damage while you're invis. So at least that's something, but still feels like very bad, especially for the later stages of the game, where there's going to be sentries and stuff. So might need to change it up a little bit more and add some love into it.
Do you think Invis Rune should not be revealed by sentries?
What should be revealed with? Just like Invis cannot be broken?
It should just be, yeah, Invis can't be broken for a short time, or seen. It can be broken, you just can't be seen with sentries with Invis Rune for a short moment.
I don't know, Benjamin. I don't like this dish that you just cooked.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'll put it in the fridge. We'll throw it over.
Save it for later. Yeah.
So, game getting quiet. They're maybe looking for their opportunity to jump when this Ags is picked up here for this Void Spirit. But we get another quick pause, and it was I learned that the translation of the last one was the mouse.
Oh, I'll translate this. Boboka says G, it means they can unpause the game.
Ah, okay. So you were reading this one. Good. Thank you. 1,000 gold away here from Nothing to Say getting that Ags, so there is some of that time until he gets that. And interesting, Monet going into the Gleipnir seems pretty standard. You also get that shard as well. But we've also seen higher damage output builds from Weavers earlier on, right?
Deso deals more damage, Deso shard, but it also puts him in a spot where he needs to get on top of the target, get close to Night Stalker to deal the damage, get close to like swap into Frostbite, into Pull, whatever type of a combo. So he's going for a different build where he wants to keep the distance. Gleipnir going to be great. Also a saving tool. Night Stalker gets on top of you, tries to use the Crippling Fear. So at least you have Gleipnir, try to run away, you get Shikuchi, you get out of trouble, and of course Root Mechanic against Storm is going to be much better. So I like this one. I like this one slightly better overall. I think we had this discussion yesterday, but Deso also seems strong. Deso seems more like late game oriented. There's the Orchid reveal, Butterfly Effect. I don't think he's getting out of this one.
Yeah, Monet getting caught again. These silences just so damaging to this Weaver. Unable to really do anything, and the rest of the team kind of not leaving him to die, but just not being around. And obviously, Monet wants to get this Gleipnir. He wants to finish off these items before he really starts to get involved, but he is staying vulnerable, being left alone on a majority of the map. And with that death, I'm looking over at Monet's build, and he's looking at just Dragonlance, as right now they're going in onto Shanxi, and JT will get that kill.
Maybe there was a case for Chen to use his Hand of God to try to save Monet. Maybe it would be enough. It also got buffed in the previous patch, so the initial heal is 200 instead of 150, and then the heal over time could have made the difference. G2.iG, they are building this strong momentum, Aghanim Scepter, Mech Chen, going into Guardian Greaves. So Hand of God, Mech, this is a strong timing. I think with this sustain, they have enough to take a team fight. There's just not enough damage to go through all of that, unless they are the ones getting the first jump. If they're finding Chen, then things can be much better for KEV. Still, pretty even game as we expected. Only 1k gold lead for G2.iG.
Yeah, it's like they're really just waiting on a lot of farm. I thought, like you had said, maybe level 6 comes for Bobica and they go with the Bedlam. And this is what I thought we were going to see earlier. But they've got the swap to try to get the damage. Untimed surviving has that Pavis.
He popped the region rune.
Just dies as JT ends up getting that kill. The freezing field in the low ground. They've also got the silence onto this Void Spirit.
He has regeneration rune, guys.
Made it. They will get the kill into the Red Panda, and the look as Shanxi leaves.
Yeah, they try to focus, nothing to
breaking.
say, but this is something that has been recently added to the game, where regeneration rune doesn't get cancelled, and you're playing also against the Void Spirit. Chen did use Mech, Hand of God. They become super tanky, and this is the timing where, like, they can't focus down Void Spirit. As soon as he pops that regeneration rune with Resonant Pulse as well, having damage reduction, it's quite difficult. And now inside the Roche Pit they go. That one should belong to Monet, even though, like, the first Aegis, most of the time you would want to give it to your mid laners, but Monet, I think he should be the one picking this one up, because Void Spirit feels like he can't die. He's super tanky, 2000 HP, and they already focused Monet 3 times, so give him a little bit of extra loving.
And not only does he have that 2000 HP, but he's got the 2 charges on the Resonant Pulse as well. He'll have a little bit of an extra barrier, especially with the way the heroes on KEV are positioned. They're all normally going to be pretty close to a center of the fight, and you're going to be hitting at least 3 or 4 of them, I would say, when going into a 5-on-5. So you have that extra barrier, you have that extra little bit of survivability as JT
again
is going to start this kill on Shanxi, and they will finish him off. JT using this blink and just blasting him away with the help of Monet and X-Nova.
There's probably going to be a tower. I don't think you defend this tier 2 tower. Chen, Guardian Greaves coming out. A lot of sustain. You have time lapse in the fight if you get that off. Spirit Vessel, Centaur is super tanky, 2.6. You have Stampede also to try to bail people out of trouble. Terrorize, a lot of teamfight control. Big problems for KEV. Gyrocopter is still not ready. You're also going to be fighting into Aegis. Butterfly effect. He does not have a BKB, and there's the jump.
Aether Remnant.
They're also going to suffer from Aghanim Scepter on Void.
Love Stomp only lands onto the Venge. They go to the Stampede to try and run. And into the Rocket Barrage, she turned around. Nothing to say, goes right into this Gyro and just dies. Blade Mail's not going to do enough. They look over at Bobica. They've got themselves a third dead. Monet, even with the Aegis, trying to fight here as Shanxi's ripping apart X-Nova. Butterfly effect comes in with the Orchid, silences up the Weaver. They won't be able to get X-Nova out, and they got the Aegis out of the hands of Monet. They really turned this around. Nothing to say, running back into Ulu.
They're probably going to catch him. They do have an Observer Ward and another Silence coming off cooldown in 2 seconds. Rocket also on top of him, so they know exactly where he is. Going to get Silence, going to get another Silence if necessary, and will drop. So that's a full wipe. 6 kills pretty much from Team KEV. Man, what are they doing? Like, nothing to say. Going in so deep in the previous fight, getting frostbitten, and in the middle of Rocket Barrage. I think he ate 2 Rocket Barrages cooldown and just died pretty much from 100 to 0.
He was getting away. The Stampede was allowing him to run away from the Gyro, but there must have been something that Nothing to Say saw, because he jumped back in and immediately got ripped apart.
This was supposed to be they win that fight. They have 10,000 plus gold lead, and they would be able to close out the tier 2 tower, maybe even close out the top tier 2 tower. A very difficult fight, but we gotta give credit to KEV. Ulu is getting closer to his BKB right now. He's almost level 18 after picking up this XP rune, compared to Monet, who's only level 14.
The experience difference is about 4 levels, 13% in favor of the Dire side. We're going to take their Tormentor. Red Panda running away before dying, and this is a good shard to get. I like this one. The Shard for Venge is certainly one that I would even consider purchasing. I think it really is that good. But obviously, there's so many more items you want here as a support. You're going into the Solar Crest. You're trying to build up that item. Getting the shard here, the double stun is going to be quite nice.
It's not as impactful to buy it, but it's a good shard. Like, there are better items to spend the gold on, the 1,400 gold. And also, you have like 50% chance, of course, because you're going to be at the bottom. There's no way, as a Vengeful Spirit, that you get more farm than the off lane or your mid lane. So, want to invest gold into something different. And speaking of investing gold, he did pick up Philosopher's Stone, so eventually he will get those items up. Right now it is just Pavis, but going into Solar Crest. And Shanxi on Night Stalker, he is ready to go. He is super farmed right now. Level 14. Once he gets to level 15, that's the big one. 35 status resistance.
Eesh.
Huge number. Like, this is massive, and he also has shard available, so he can eat the Chen creep in the middle of a fight, use it as a bait, then also getting closer to his BKB. Just 1,000 gold away. Disassemble Echo Saber, and he will have it. Amplify damage on nothing to say. He will also need his Dispel mechanic. Manta style recipe away. If he gets bitten, if he gets... It's a good way to like dodge stuff as well, but Frostbite is the big one.
Would be nice to be able to be more elusive here for Nothing to Say, as we saw how quickly he got ripped apart. Double Astral Step with the Resonant Pulse Silence. Nothing to Say goes into the Dissimulate, and now swapped. Frostbite's there. Nothing to Say making a move all by himself, but they go to the Terrorize. They've got themselves through with the Bramble Maze, and now they'll clean up. He went in by himself. IG, they are the reinforcements that he needed, because he was in a little bit of trouble, and getting both those kills on the supports near this river allows them to push the creep wave mid, or even scout for more.
Yeah, a bit of a weird move from KEV. Moving with only 2 supports. Like, you can't even get a single kill. Like, nobody's gonna die with just 2 supports, so you will need to bring one of the cores. So feeding away some gold, back and forth. There's the tier 2 tower that should have been taken some time ago. Bobuka will get the kill. Bobuka also has the shard when they killed Tormentor, so upgraded Curse Crown, which is going to be nice against Storm Spirit. It's going to be a lot of these Bramble Mazes around with the Thorny Thicket as well, creating 4 extra. Very hard to maneuver in the middle of a fight if you don't have a BKB.
Yeah, it does make things very difficult, and Bobuka looking for the Force Staff. He started with that urn after getting that kill over mid, getting that extra chunk of gold after, not that kill mid, that triple kill mid, I should say. And they are starting to rotate. They've got the Chen army that's going to be cleaned up.
Lulu pretty happy about that one. Instantly, they are going to smoke. It will be daytime in 15 seconds, but they do have Dark Ascension available. Are using a scan, not gonna find anything there. BKB available on Shanxi after he disassembled Echo Saber, but they still want to take the fight. See if they can find, they're gonna find something. Butterfly Effect, also 9-second BKB on him. And 9-second BKB on Ulu, so 3 BKB timing. This is something that like was very important in Dota. There was a meta where everybody was kind of rushing a BKB, and then you had 20-minute 3 BKBs ready to go, ready to even close out the game. Still smoked on Shanxi. Let's see if they can find anything. Butterfly Effect should be pretty safe unless he blinks into Centaur Stomp, into some like Terrorize. Needs to get his BKB off.
These BKBs for KEV going to be problematic for IG. It almost feels as though they're going to need to disengage with Stampede and then re-engage afterwards. Because during the BKBs, what do you really do if you're IG?
They need to get stuff done. Like, I don't know if they can survive long enough. There is Terrorize, Stampede, so they can, like, reset, Hand of God, Guardian Grease, but they will stick onto a target. Storm and Night Stalker during the BKB, they're at least gonna kill one hero. And then also Ulu. He is the most farm hero in the game right now. Aghanim Scepter, Crystallis, BKB done, going into Satanic next. And I see Nullifier, not sure if he's gonna commit to the Nullifier. Might change his item build, get, you know, some Butterfly or something. But another smoke. They feel like they're super strong. Smoke and smoke action. It's gonna break.
Blink
nice blink out.
Misses. And they were able to ball lightning the other way around. They're still looking as they use this Dark Ascension. Here's going to be out of the Night Stalker with a Vortex is going to pull in this Bobica Dark Willow. They'll kill him off, and Hand of God used very early in this fight. JT will take some damage, but these BKBs, well, one's been used on the Night Stalker. Now the other one's going to come out from Shanxi. Ulu's still yet to use his. So there are BKBs that are being tethered together to allow them to get so much done. They're going to buy back on Bobica. They're going to turn this around with Monet getting the kill on the Red Panda. They'll look over a They'll get this second. The BKB being popped by Ulu, and he'll TP out.
This is the fight near Roshan, so that's going to secure them. Roshan. Chen's creeps are not doing anything in the fight. A bit of an awkward one from Shanxi. He tried to go on Weaver. I don't think that's the target that you want to kill. Also having a BKB. And something that we did mention is getting Gleipnir. So he got Gleipnir and the Swarm on him. And then Night Stalker can't blink. They have vision of him. So a bit of an awkward one for KEV, but you can see them coming into a fight that they feel strong. And now Monet again going to pick up the Aegis, going into Crystallis next. He wants to maximize his damage output. You need to focus down these supports. Maybe Centaur when he blinks in, but JT also has a BKB available. It's going to be quick and easy pick off Monet.
Yeah, Aegis gone. That is not what you want. The last Aegis, they died and got wiped. This Aegis is gone immediately. That's not great for IG.
It's all good. There is at least Roshan's banner available on X Nova.
Oh, okay.
So that's
Everything's
the,
always safe.
yeah. That's the gift from Roshan. All good.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. God, what was I thinking? Aegis not feeling like it was so important.
Ulu still yet to die. They need to. Yeah, he needs to be close to Night Stalker and Storm, which is not that easy because they have Blink. Storm Spirit's gonna zip in, but you want to be able to just lock the target because he is the damage. Like, he can sit in the middle of a fight. They can also use him as a bait. I don't think he dies from 100 to 0. He gets Satanic off. He gets a BKB off. He's gonna live.
Do they make this jump?
Yeah, not enough explosive damage yet on G2.iG. There's just not enough. If let's say Weaver had Daedalus right now, maybe they could, but with only Crystallis, there is not enough. Another smoke. KEV, even though they're 2k gold down, they still feel they should be the one dictating the tempo of the game. It's gonna turn nighttime in a second.
With that. With the BKBs, with the timings, I think this 2k net worth lead is so negligible. It's really just the difference between Chen and another support. KEV just have to find their opening. So, Ulu sit mid. Pretty obvious, I would say, that Ulu was baiting there. With 1k net worth lead now dwindling for IG. KEV. It is an even game, for sure.
As expected, seeing these two teams, how they played so far in the qualifiers, expected this one to be close. Probably a 3-game series even, but a lot more mistakes compared to some other teams. Uh-oh, Shanxi If he gets jumped, he's dead.
Yeah, they've caught him alone. There was butterfly effect nearby, but there's not much he can do in terms of saving this Night Stalker. They are gonna have JT push the wave out a little bit. He's going into the Shivas. He's picked up that Eternal Shroud, an item that has not gone away just yet. This gives him a little bit of a boost. And not only that, it was a moment where it felt as though KEV was ready to be the initiators in fights, and they lose Shanxi and lose that opportunity.
KEV couldn't find anything. 2 times they smoked and didn't really find the fight that they wanted.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
IG, it's all about waiting for the next set of items for them. They feel like they are going to be able to outscale. Weaver in the late game, super strong carry hero. Void Spirit, things get pretty ridiculous with the hero as well, because his innate ability, he gets 25 more secondary bonuses from all of his stats. His talents are extremely good. Astral Step, charge restore time, and then you have the crit, so he does scale really well. Also having Nemesis Curse plus Witchblade now. Nothing to say his damage is gonna be through the roof. He wants to jump the backlines, he wants to kill off these 2 supports immediately. And also Centaur. This is one of the, I would say, strongest scaling off-lane heroes in the game. Makes it almost impossible to kill him, which means that he's gonna sit in the middle of a fight and get stuff done, having Stampede. Like, I've seen even 25 Centaurs picking up Retaliate Aura. It gets pretty ridiculous because it is about your strength.
Right.
And just feels almost impossible to kill him. We've seen in professional Dota recently some Centaurs with 10, 11,000 HP when they're 6 slotted.
Sheesh. There's a lot of XP, or a lot of HP, sorry. As, you know, level 20, getting there. 25 is a pipe dream, although for some, they would say it's close. Those sums being
yeah, there's this wise guy from New York that says that.
Wasn't me. Aetherem is going to be put down, but they aren't going to be able to grab Butterfly Effect with the BKB. Popped in the jump out of the backlines from Shanxi. They've got the Stampede to try and disengage from this fight. The other side of it is just KEV running away, not chasing this Stampede disengage. This is not exactly what KEV were looking for, because they're trying to be the initiators. That was a BKB charge from Butterfly Effect being used. Shanxi did hold his, so it's not terrible.
Shanxi can still be bursted down from 100 to 0. If they use Terrorize with the Hoof Stomp, any kind of jump damage from Void Spirit or Weaver will be enough. They had enough, so they picked up the gem. It was Red Panda who bought it. They want to get rid of enemy vision. Having Night Stalker carry it always feels nice. I would love to see Nullifier. There is no Nullifier in the quick buy for Gyro anymore, because he wants to also, like, he wants to be in front, but he's not the real Nullifier carrier. Night Stalker eventually should pick it up, because there's going to be a lot of these saving tools, these like Glimmer Capes, Force Staffs, whatever it's necessary. Right. Hurricane Pike eventually, you know. You want to get rid of something, you want to jump the target, but also Basher is nice. So I want to see which route Shanxi is going to go. For now, he has AC and Basher in his quick buy.
They got to be ready for what's next, with Roche being up soon. So we'll see what KEV can do. Because this is definitely a moment, especially third Aegis, that KEV are really going to need to make something happen. It feels as though they've given up both Aegises. However, they've been fortunate enough and done well enough to not let those Aegises, or Aegisi, turn into anything more. Because this is a tight lead.
Yeah,
it's only 3,000.
It doesn't mean anything. That's 600 per hero. Basically a break band, so that doesn't really make a difference in a huge team fight. Roshan definitely gonna spawn on Radiant side. IG Nighttime is available with Dark Ascension only, so almost 40 seconds, 38 seconds of Dark Ascension. But they need to get stuff done during the nighttime. Otherwise, Shanxi, his damage is going to fall off. There's the Invis rune.
Smokes from both teams. This fight is probably not going to dictate who gets Roche because it's so long, but they're going to jump in. They've got the hook stomp. The damage is swamped. That's going to be a save onto the gyrocopter. They go to the ball lightning onto the backlines with the BKB pop by Shanxi. They get the kill on Undyne as well as Red Panda. They clear up both supports. They'll find the Dark Will, but they don't have the damage just yet. Finally, Ulu gets the kill. The right clicks onto Shanxi with the Spear Vessel on him. Not enough to kill off this Night Stalker, but they
got
find
the
Ulu
BKB
again,
Satanic
who will
off.
pop the Satanic with the BKB. He's starting to heal up, but not getting a lot of life back, so they might even continue to chase because that BKB is done. They just need to jump in. They don't have an Astral Step for 2 seconds. He gets behind the tier 3, and they will not risk going for Ulu.
If Monet is uncontested in a fight, if they are not focusing him down, and they have no abilities that go through BKB, so it's a lot of right clicks. Once you pick up Daedalus, once you pick up that level 20 plus 90 Geminate attack damage, and also holding the Defiant Shell, it's gonna be constant right clicks getting out of Weaver. Because you attack him, he attacks you back if there's Geminate available, so basically attacking you 4 times in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, we've seen how much that damage can be from Weavers late in the game. Still needs that shard.
With this build, you don't necessarily need to pick it up early on. You most likely will wait to get it from Stormy or by yourself later down the line if you are not lucky enough. But now with the Mindbreaker as well, that extra magic damage, attack speed, 2 seconds silence, and getting closer to level 25. He is relatively close. About to crack level 24. With the next team fight, if he survives, that's going to be his 25, and then you have 1 extra Geminate attack. This is when things get pretty difficult for supports to survive. Like, you can basically get 1 shot in a team fight. I count those 3 Geminates, like 3 attacks that you get from 2 Geminates as 1 attack. If
Simple
that makes
math.
sense. Yeah.
1 equals 2. Or 3.
Still, no nighttime, but if they don't get the jump immediately, it's gonna turn into nighttime with Dark Ascension. It's one of the worst feelings in the game. You're playing the Night Stalker, and then it turns daytime, and you're like, oh man, I gotta check the clock. Whew, not gonna be nighttime for another 4 minutes.
Roche is up. Refresher shard, Roche's banner. I want to say I think we could have given Roche's banner a much more cool name. Because I don't think Roche made that banner. Just saying, he doesn't look like the kind of guy to do some arts and crafts.
He's only holding it, doesn't necessarily mean that he made it. He took it from somebody who is good at making stuff. Who could make, like Dota Lord? Who would make a banner?
Sorla Khan.
There we go. Yeah, Kana.
I'm in on that. Double Roche's banner. Now, here's the theory, Craft. You know, we've got block of cheese. You take a bunch of lotuses, wrap a cheese. Now you start mending some sticks together, and you start fixing this and putting this. If you put 3 Roche's banners together, I'd like to see something change. But what we're going to see is a fight potentially break out.
Oh, didn't get the BKB.
They got the blow up on a butterfly effect. They took him out immediately. They're going to look over at Ulu. BKB, right-clicking away, goes to the TP. Will be long enough to BKB, just long enough. And everybody but Butterfly Effect makes it out.
Red Panda does have Blink Dagger available. It's not blinking. This guy. Okay.
All right.
No crits.
Uh-oh. Monet forced the time-lapse. That was almost Crystal Clone coming in clutch.
So you combine 3 Roshan's
Banners.
banner with the dominated Flag Bearer creep to make something giga.
Yes. Not Undyne, though. They're dead. There's one banner. Show me a second banner.
They're saving that one.
That's Nova's got it.
When they're going to go for the potential push onto tier 4 towers. It's being pinged out
their
bottom.
creeps. They want to keep these creeps in and just go for it. These juiced up Roche's banner creeps. Bottom tier 3 also going to be taken out. This is looking rough for KEV. They sit on that butterfly effect for another 10 seconds. Uh-oh. That was BKB used by Red Panda, only to die. Monet now dominating. The damage is out of control. He's not even got that level 25 talent yet.
And this just might be it.
Blink,
they
stomp. Ooh,
get a
in
kill
trouble.
here.
Oh,
Swap.
wow. Was that refresher on the hoof stomp to try and get that kill?
It was. So Stampede is available. There's Roshan banner. Still doing a lot of work. That's the second Roshan's banner.
That's
Closer
two banners.
To the fight.
They are flag bearers right now of the Roche's banner trying to get this finish on the game. They'll take out Shanxi. He's dead for 70 without buyback. They'll call GG, and that's going to be it. IG take game number 1.
KEV just couldn't find any openings. When they felt strong, when they had this 3 9-second BKB timing, they couldn't.
Things I feel like I have equal confidence in this safe lane Doom that I do in off lane Venge right now.
At least it's not an off lane Venge. It is position 5 Venge. But he did go for Soul Strike Faucet, which your range attacks kind of behave as melee attacks. So Orb of Venom is pretty nice. This is something that Undyne does when he plays position 5 Pudge as well. Has that extra bit of a slow. This is very cool. This is something that I experienced in my pub. I'm like, why does he have Orb of Venom? And then when he hit me, I'm like, I'm really slowed by a lot. So it took me a second or two to figure out what's going on. So applying melee Orb of Venom with the range hero. It's pretty cool. Gives you a lot of kill threat in the lane.
Let's see how this goes. Interested to see this Tinker. Very interested to see this build as it's bottle 0-0 blink right now. We'll see what that ends up doing here for Nothing to Say. And how this goes. This was his pocket pick for a while.
The battle begins.
If he thinks it's good, I assume he's going to know it's good. Undyne gonna die here for first blood at JT. They will catch him, and IG already looking pretty good out of the driver's seat with 2 bounty runes and a first blood to their name.
Oh, the body blocks from Boboka. He has Boots of Speed. They do not want to play this lane. They want to be dragging the creep wave 2 melee heroes. But it is a lot of slow. They also ignited him. JT does have Drunken Master, so fast, slow, fast, slow. The way you act when you get out of the club as well. At
Still
3
finally
a.m.
it's slow sleep.
In the taxis, into sleep, yeah.
Yeah.
So, top lane, Weaver and Phoenix. A lane that has a lot of kill threat, especially with Phoenix having Dying Light, so dealing 4.5% of his missing health as magic damage. Right now, having basically a Radiance burn, but gotta be careful. This is a strong lane from KEV as well. He did start with Enfeeble against Weaver early on, so removing half of his damage. More than half.
That sounds terrible. Taking a look over mid, taking a look at the defense matrix. And it's the translocator. When a self-defense matrix barrier on Tinker is fully absorbed, he blinks in a random forward direction. That sounds alright. Can be controlled though, right? A little bit. Even though it's random, it's still forward.
Yeah, you need to turn. I'm really glad that March of the Machines is back.
You're disgusting.
This is a Tinker ability. Tinker has like 9 abilities total, and we are shifting them. You know, removing laser, removing rockets. Suddenly, lasers are probably going to be removed at one point, and they're going to add something else instead. Very complicated hero to play.
Yeah, especially when they keep changing things on him. Not exactly great in terms of always getting changed, but it's weird because now half his kit, technically, on the hero model doesn't really exist, right? It's laser, March of the Machines, defense matrix, but what does that left arm do?
Yeah, somebody posted that on Reddit. It was highly upvoted for a good reason. It's like, yeah, what does that rocket launcher do?
It just looks cool. It's like adding a spoiler onto some of your cars. It just looks cool. But March of the Machines, it is a pretty solid spell. When the PTSD I have from this spell, back in the day when we were seeing people push with this hero with March of the Machines and just going all over the place, it brings back a lot of memories that I'm not too keen on keeping.
Was that keen on purpose? Because he's one of the keen folk and has keen conveyance as his ability.
It was both that and maybe for keen gaming. Who knows?
Yeah. It's a lot of damage from these little
Bots?
goblins. Yeah. I want to see some stacking.
No way. Is that what they are? Are they little goblins?
They were back in the days, back in Dota 1 days. They've been... What was the hero called? It was a neutral Warcraft 3 hero. Maybe it was just Tinker or some like goblin guy that spawned more goblins from Goblin Factory.
They got that kill onto the Centaur top. If anybody knows, send us a message, because that sounds kind of ridiculous that they're little tiny goblins.
They are goblins, yeah. At least from Warcraft 3. I was watching Robbie play the other day, and he did go for Tinker, or I'm not sure what the hero name is, but for me, he's Tinker and had this little goblin factory. That's pretty cool.
1,000 net worth lead here for IG. Things staying pretty calm. How's JT doing? We haven't really seen what's up with him. Double bracer, bottom. With Ulu, this safe lane Doom, holding Chain Lightning 1-1-1 build. Only 2-0 in favor of IG. But you keep it quiet, I think things will be okay. Weaver struggling a little bit because of the Enfeeble, but when that's not on, things are fine. Red Panda doesn't exactly have the mana for it anyway at the moment.
It's a costly spell. It is 100. Like, he also put another point in it. I'm fine with 1 point in Enfeeble. It is pure damage, so that's nice. It's going to scale, but you also want to max out your other abilities. So skipping Brain Sap completely is not something I would expect in this lane.
Red Panda. That was enough for either Nightmare or Enfeeble left.
Bobica with the toss in the mid lane. Good body blocks.
Yeah, they've got the kill on Undyne. Nothing to say. Now queuing up that blink as well as that Ags, and here comes Butterfly Effect towards top. Hoof Stomp, a couple of raises for X-Nova's future. And they will get that kill. Bottom lane is still JT against Ulu 1v1. What are you thinking with this Ulu Doom? He's going Midas, and it's the normal go-to, but is it what you want? They find Undyne again. Uh-oh, under the tower. Magic Missile. JT will just survive. Close, but always had 18 wand charges, so maybe I fake hyped his death a little bit too much.
Nothing to say. Has rearm available, and now he's going to be all over the map. Blink Dagger getting close to it. 7 minutes into the game. If he doesn't die in the next minute, we'll have it. And then things are going to become much more difficult. I guess the reason why they also picked Doom, they wanted to have something, because any kind of damage you are playing into this translocator, so you get damage and you suddenly blink in if you have your defense matrix on. With Doom, you're not allowed to use your abilities, so...
See if that ends up being the case with Doom early on or later on. As like I said, it's Midas for this Doom, but that feels like a little bit of a slower time. And now Avalanche, Primal Split, they'll commit. They'll go here for Ulu, who's all by himself, considering Undyne's died a couple times. And taking out Ulu and shutting down this Doom, because this Doom wants Midas, but it's going to be some time.
Oof. Also, having mana boots on your carry. The only carry that buys mana boots is pretty much Medusa. I'm unsure if I like it too much. Probably Boots of Travel sounds better, where you can get the farm on the other side of the map but still be able to participate in some of these fights. Ulu about to crack level 6. Let's see if they are going to be able to find a kill here.
He was using it for a second. Undyne gonna deny that tower. Red Panda now getting tipped. As Red Panda came mid. And there's that Blink Dagger for nothing to say. That's gonna be picked up by the courier sent out to Tinker, and on to the Ags next. Upgrading Tinker's laser into Shrink Ray. Something a comic book villain would have. Top lane. Red Panda's not level 6. So no Fiend's Grip to...
Oh, Ulu making
really
a first
mess with
move.
anything.
They will pop the Stampede. They wanted Monet, but might just say, okay, X-Nova is gonna do it. He tried a Sunray out of the game. Out of the outer ring.
But got it for what, 3 milliseconds right there before he was hit with the Infernal Blade?
Yeah. Hand of Midas will be finished. Doom, we didn't talk about his faucet. It is Devour having 2 charges, and his Stolen Creep abilities are upgraded by 1 level, so that's pretty nice. The other one is where he can Devil's Bargain, where he can sell his items for 90% of the cost. That's the one that we see from the offlane Dooms. Oh, can they set it up? Nightmare, there it is. Into Hoof Stomp, should be a kill.
Have the Doom, they have the damage, and they'll run down Monet. Easy does it. They got him the second time around. X-Nova, he was the one who died first, but they end up getting this Weaver anyway, staying a little bit too long and playing out a little bit too far. JT running down Undyne. And one more right click, but the Requiem, oh, got him before the Fear hit him. And now the Fiend's Grip, no Primal Split. They'll get the kill and trade JT.
Getting something out of the map again. Pretty even game, 10 minutes in. No
now,
Split, but Split is going to be available for the next one. Also not investing into any other items. Brown Boots, Double Bracer, going for Radiance. Still going to be a good timing on Radiance for JT if he doesn't die in the next 3 or 4 minutes.
I want to say, I think that Butterfly Effect Requiem, it hit him just after he got that kill on the Brew, giving him his killing spree, and then they were able to kill him.
Yeah, that was more gold. Yeah,
it's that efficiency. We're going to let you die, Undyne. It's fine. You're just in a Avenge. We're going to grab some extra gold here. I think it's genius.
Definitely planned. Definitely planned. So that
Glad you
they
agree.
give a kill. You're like, oh, perfectly timed. Fiend's Grip. We just got level 6. And that's going to be a kill for us. Monet, he continues to farm up. Lowest hero in the game right now in terms of net worth. Kind of struggling. No Falcon Blade this time. Just
no Maelstrom first either.
I mean, he doesn't have a Dragonlance yet.
Yeah, well, he went Dragonlance after the Maelstrom last game, I think.
He had Falcon Blade, he had a much better game, so you change the order. You still want to have that Dragonlance for stats and also attack range. Feels really nice on Weaver.
This game a little bit different for him. And you can see, yeah, Dragonlance now finished. Queues up the Gleipnir straight up. JT, 275 gold away from getting the Sacred Relic part of that Radiance. But like you said, if he survives a little bit longer and gets his farm continuously, should have that Radiance at a pretty good timing. Things staying a little bit quiet, and this is helping Ulu continue to farm. Like you said, 2 Devour charges. Has that Midas. Going into the Octarine.
Going into a lot of items on Doom. Definitely need to go greedy when you are playing him as position 1. Seems like it's going to be the farm game. At least for IG. They don't have Blink Initiator yet. Bobica far away from a Blink Dagger. I like this newer tech on Tiny where you don't need all these small items to be efficient. Null Talisman gives you enough mana, and if you find a neutral item like he did, Arcane Ring, or if you find Trusty Shovel, gives you mana, gives you HP, gives you extra gold, exactly what you need on position 4 Tiny. Also things did slow down. He's been involved in 4 kills, but didn't get any of the last hits. And this is the beautiful sight. Tinker farming the triangle with the March of Machines. Which year is this again? I don't know. I'm kind of glad that it is back.
Some would say that you sound toxic right now.
That's fine. I'm also a big fan of Necro when he is meta for a while, and then I get bored of it.
Were you a fan of the Necro AFK jungle burn hill
In the triangle?
farming?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
People will always find a way to farm jungle. Cliff with the Nature's Prophet, Iron Talon, any hero, Raid King jungle, Legion Commander, Axe. I know all of them.
Quiz you on jungle farming. Fiend's Grip onto this Brew, but the damage isn't going to be enough. Primal Split is used, and they're going to go after the Centaur Void Panda to pull him back, but into the swap, they're going to try and stick with him. They've got the stun, but they don't know who to focus. So Undyne not going to TP out thanks to the Storm Panda that gets the Cyclone on Undyne while they were TPing away. They've got the laser to get the kill, and it will be nothing to say who now has enough gold for that axe.
Just has enough mana to TP back. Not enough damage from Shanxi. He did max out Retaliate 3-1-4 build on Centaur. Kind of what you do nowadays, because you want to farm, you want to stay on top of the net worth with this kind of a build. But in terms of dealing the damage to heroes, not having your Double Edge or Hoof Stomp maxed out makes a difference. Would definitely be a kill there, but not meta anymore. This one feels
Tinker.
much better. I got him Scepter now done.
They're gonna use that Supernova. Got the kill on Red Panda. Requiem is out. Ooh, gonna die. And that's 2 dead on the side of KEV.
It was that easy. Also, this is gonna be a great way of protecting the egg. If this is still a thing, let me just read that real quick because of the changes to laser. Because I don't think it blinds, it does blind the hero with Aghanim Scepter now. Okay, so before it didn't, that's why you're also not maxing it out. Still learning, okay, guys, especially these complicated heroes that has wall of texts for each change. So that's nice, defending the egg with, and also, of course, Phoenix having the missed chance with the Blinding Sun.
Going in, nothing to say. The 1 laser, 2 laser. Look how tiny the Shadow Fiend is with the Shrink Ray. Just 2 lasers, and they get so tiny and adorable. But the turnaround is here. Shanxi, he goes in. They've got the swap on a Monet, who's going to die. The Fiend's Grip this Phoenix, tossed up into the air. Butterfly Effect ends up dying to the toss, but they get the kill on a Bobica. 3 heroes dead at the side of IG.
This is the classic G2.iG move. Get advantage, and then feed away a couple of kills. Try to make game much more interesting. Nothing to say. He's out of here. Red Panda, Nightmare, not enough cast range. If that was level 4 on Nightmare, would maybe make a difference. But Enfeeble is going to be something that Veer doesn't like to play into, reducing his damage by 70%.
Yeah, not really outputting much, and actually, Monet switching off of that Gleipnir build and looking towards Deso. So let's take another look at this as they went for the Shadow Fiend initially, and they lasered him twice. He got very tiny, but is able to survive even with all that quick damage coming out. An avalanche toss onto Red Panda. That's live, even though it's taking place in the same spot that we were watching that
I
replay
got confused for a
happen.
second.
Radiant's middle tower
But
is under attack.
he got the kill onto the bait.
Structures are falling.
I love the build on X-Nova. Road of Atos and Phoenix, like you are not upgrading that item,
Avalanche?
but it keeps them in place, especially against the Stampede. We've seen that they lack stuns, so that's going to be their extra way of locking people down. And you can also relatively easily execute that with Icarus Dive into Road of Atos, because Boboka needs to be the one dealing most of the stuns. He's going BKB, second item BKB Tiny, just so that he can get his spells off.
Ooh, immediately hit by the March of the Machines. The attempt to TP the damage. Oh, not enough. Very close. Ooh, able to survive. As they were all there ready to go, but didn't quite have the damage as JT got in a little bit late to right click. Nothing to say. Top of the net worth by a solid margin.
Dire's top tower
And this is a hero that makes use of every single item.
Oh, I can see Gaben loves Tinker. 70% win probability for G2.iG, even though they're only 2k gold up.
70-30. Sounds about right.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
I'll take the bottom tier 2. Weaver's got this Deso going into the shard, so it is that damage output build. As you'll have the shard, you'll have the Deso. Hopefully that deals with adding a little bit more damage in case you are enfeebled, right?
Yeah.
Top. This is a dead Bane again. JT getting credit for that kill. There's nothing to say. 2,000 gold into the BKB. Man, his net worth is literally rolling. This is the perfect spot to farm both these camps, by the way, with March of the Machines.
Yeah, also he's having all the spell amp items. Whisper of the Dread got nerfed from 10% to 8%, still quite a lot. And then you also have 10% spell amp from Kaya. Going into BKB next. Deeping back to Triangle, wants to farm up even more. I don't know, something satisfying about Tinker farming the Triangle. It's like you're playing against Anti-Mage. Ever since this hero was in Dota, we go back like 20 years, you always had this mental pressure. If he's, oh, how close is he to Battlefield? He got Battlefield, now he has Manta style. You know that if things go late, you are gonna have a lot, like your chances are gonna be much slimmer of winning the game. Same goes for Tinker. And now Smoke from KEV. Let's see what they're gonna find. They do have Blink Dagger available on Shanxi finally.
I will say, the more and more you talk about this Tinker, the more and more I'm starting to come around. Maybe I might even give Tinker a whirl.
Oh, Courier. They noticed.
Oh.
JT's Courier
It
got
stopped, though.
scouted. No, it stopped, but it got pinged. So they know exactly where they are.
Avalanche,
Boboka's in.
toss, Primal Split used. They're going to stampede, but they've got the stun. They have the Void Band to pull him back to get the kill on a Boboka. It's going to be, ooh, at least getting that. They've got themselves the laser, but do they have the damage to get the kill on a Shanxi? Oh, stop. That will take out another Brewing as they're still trying to chase. They've looked at the Requiem. They charge it up for a second, but they don't let it rip just yet.
Boboka with the
a
buyback.
laser, a kill on an Undyne. The buyback's going to be used here by this Tiny. They've got the Requiem to land on to nothing to say for a second. The feed script on a Monet. They'll take on the Weaver, the Avalanche, as well as the toss. The laser, the kill. Ooh,
Hey, it's
butterfly
gotta clean
effect.
up.
They're dead, and they're going to clean up Red Panda. Full team wipe here for IG, even with Weaver dying halfway through the fight.
I was expecting Boboka to buy back slightly earlier, because he got jumped immediately by Doom after he got one of his spells off, toss Avalanche. immediately dead. They still have a tier 1 tower available, and he's deeping to the top lane, gonna steal the enemy XP rune. Oh god, this is gonna be level 20 Tinker.
It's a scary thought, that's for sure.
There's an XP rune on his side of the map. But yeah, Boboka getting jumped immediately, Shadow Fiend and Doom. And then Sunray, not fast enough to keep him alive. Centaur will die to Radiance Burn from Brewmaster. That's the thing that we said during the draft. If Brewmaster is getting the split off, things are going to be much easier. There's going to be like chaotic fights, damage on the ground, Radiance Burn. So you're getting hit by March of the Machines, Laser, Swarm, Shiguchi. He's going through with the Shard, some like random spell from Phoenix. So things are going to be quite more difficult for KEV in the next couple of minutes, especially now with the Aegis in the hand. Okay?
You gotta see this, Roche. With the laser, it gets so tiny.
It's the statue that you get from Battle
Wow.
Pass. Rest in peace.
Level 2000. I have one of those statues. Do you have a statue? A Roche's statue?
I did not reach level 2000.
That's shocking, actually. You're a big Aegis collector, though.
I am. I wish I collected Aegis while I was playing professional Dota.
You'll come back.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, definitely. It's on my wish list. 2027.
You just gotta coach me, and I'll bring you that Aegis. I got you.
So there it is, level 20 on Tinker, plus 10% status resistance on Defense Matrix. Brings it up to 50%, so that's quite a lot. They have no other forms of status resistance other than one on Brewmaster.
Requiem. And a kill there on a Boboka.
There's
now
the Doom.
used. And that's going to be on to JT, who's running away from this fight. Might be able to escape. They even think about bringing in the Tinker. So JT...
Oh, he came back.
He walked back in. Well, I don't think you want to TP on this, but nothing to say is going to go for it with the help of Monet. They're going to buy back here on JT. They're going forward. Nothing to say, trying to do all he can. The Nightmare Red Panda's going to be able to survive, but they got the kill on Undyne. Monet moving in with the Defense Matrix on him. Looks over at Butterfly Effect. They've got the laser. They're shrinking him down. They've got the damage with the Desolator. JT came back in to get the kill on a Red Panda. The Shikuchi with the Shard. The right clicks, though, not going to be enough. They won't kill off Butterfly Effect. They commit the buyback from JT. They'll at least take this tower over mid.
Oh, man, what a weird decision-making by JT. This is why we love this guy. He makes some like really nice plays, but also there's a reason why I call him Just Throw, because he just came back to get gripped and then buys backs, and they get nothing out of that buyback.
And he was about to be done with Doom.
Yeah.
Swap, JT, you just bought back, sir. Oh, the split just gets it off. They're going to bring nothing to say back into the fight. They're going to look over at Shang-Chi. This is nothing to say on the tier 3 doorstep. They go after Shang-Chi. They get the kill there. They've got the Sunray. Nothing to say taking a lot of damage, though. He doesn't have a lot of mana to work with either. Monet, he's got an Aegis in his hands, but these Brewlings as well. JT's back to form with not a lot of life. He needs to get out of dodge.
That was close. He did have Earth Panda, Earth Brawler, so having that extra magic resistance is what makes the difference. He needs to be in Earth Brawler stance or Void Brawler stance to have the status resistance, maybe even get a Defense Matrix on top of him to be able to survive. Everybody's building into a BKB. Red Panda, you've seen his impact yesterday when he was playing that Weaver position 4, bought the Hex swap.
Oh, they caught Boboka.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Bobo is dead every single time he blinks in. He can't get another round of spells. That's the problem. So trying to theory craft how to get out of trouble. First he had a BKB in his quick buy. Now thinking about buying Eternal Shroud on Tiny. Pause 4. Might be the first one that I've ever seen.
Radiant's top
On Tiny or Pause 4? Because I think we've seen Pause 4.
On Pause
Eternal
4,
Shroud.
I have not seen this before.
JT. Got that Primal Companion.
It's been buffed in 7.36. Brewlings from Primal Companion. They have no longer any movement, CD, or casting penalties. So that's really nice. Huge upgrade.
Stampede committed. Red Panda dead here. Has buyback. That Stampede committed though, so if IG, especially with this Aegis on the back end, if they want to stay aggressive, they can. There's no way for them to run. They don't have the Stampede anymore, but the Hoof Stomp comes in. They've got the Doom. It's going to be through on to nothing to say. Get the BKB off. He'll try to TP out and is successful in doing so. Charging up the Requiem for a moment. Monet, gotta remember he still has this Aegis for another 34 seconds. They go to the Supernova. They look over at Butterfly Effect. They get the Kun Untied as well as Ulu. 3 heroes dead. Requiem charged up. That's gonna blast the Aegis out of the hands of Monet. But that's just the Aegis. They want to go back in. They've got nothing to say coming back into the fight. They'll get that kill on a Butterfly Effect. They'll take out a 4th, and this base is in trouble for the side of KEV, and so are their qualifier hopes.
Nothing to say hits them with the pew 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 in the old chat. He confused the Doom. Doom gets on top of him, gets the Doom, and suddenly he's like, well, he's TPing out. Like, he can't use his abilities because Tinker's not TPing with his TP scroll, something that you can still do during the Doom. You use your items. But usually he TPs with his Keen Conveyance, but he used the TP scroll and TP back and then came back after Doom expired. So that's a pretty nice move from Nothing to Say. Experienced Tinker player.
Yeah, it's the pocket pick for him, like I said. And I'm going to say, oh, God. Oh, the memories. The machines. They are back. And this is a scary thought. Red Panda gets ripped apart by Bobica. They get a kill on Undyne. Everybody's got buybacks available, and Red Panda will use his immediately.
And that just might be it. They have one more fight left in the tank. Red Panda used his buyback, so will not have BKB available. Monet wants to come in, hit that tower. No Doom for 30 seconds. They know it's going to be on cooldown. Nothing to say.
Fiend's Grip. Nothing to say, though. Oh, no. The defense matrix. He pops the BKB. They're going to go and throw that laser out, shrink him down a little bit. Bobica going to survive. Oh, just barely surviving that Void Ruling Panda companion with the Astral Pull, yeah.
Tinker is online. Like, he can still get another, like, 3-4 items, so
When
not
was he
fully
offline?
online. Never, pretty much. Nothing to say. Having a perfect
yeah,
game.
seriously.
Lincoln Sphere available, and now going into Arcane Blink. Also, his Eureka, he gains 1% item CDR per 3 intelligence, up to 60 max. So it gets pretty ridiculous.
Oh, he got the shard. Warp Flare.
That's
This
a bit
is
of a
an odd
weird one. Yeah, it is an odd one. Warp Flare reducing their cast range.
Technically, maybe Fiend's Grip? You Warp Flare him back?
I don't know if you've seen that one. There was a cast range with like Enfeeble and Warp Flare. Not sure if there was something else available at the time. And people were testing it on Shaker, and he had this mini Fissure, literally 20 range Fissure. Because they do shrink him. They do reduce his cast range. It looked pretty funny.
It was just cold outside.
Yeah, it does work like that.
We'll go for the Doom again, but he popped the BKB. Oh, the Astral Pull down to the low ground.
They theory craft how to counter this Tinker.
JT, Primal
Doom was
Split.
the option, but they
Hits him
didn't
with
think...
the pew 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 again.
Yeah, didn't think so far ahead. When he picks up a BKB and you have nothing to stop the BKB with when Bane is dead, so they will call the GG. They had a good run. I think we gotta give credit to Team KEV for having a good run. They did